So the case study is about a software as a service company where we will look at how the users gets converted by entering their web app. So as an example, let's consider okay, this is the web application homepage or a landing page of this software as a service company, which has three menus, okay, which is how it works, products, and contact us, and it has one call to action button, which is sign up for free. So what we're going to look at is uh, when a user come into this particular homepage, how they are traveling within the web application, and out of the users, how many are getting converted to paid users. So we're going to explore that lead to conversion process, which is the lead is a user entering the website, and the conversion is a user pays for the particular service or a soft or a digital product within this particular company. So how are we going to do it? Okay, so we're going to get the various log data of the various users who have come into the company. We're going to get the data and see what are the different activities they have performed within the web application. So, as an example, this is the data we're going to look at. So, this data has a total of 10 users who have come into the web application and the various activity they have performed and the timestamp that has been captured against that activity, um, and which region the users are from. So, just to make it a bit more interesting, okay, so what this company is doing is their web application is slightly optimized across different regional users. So for China, the web application is in a particular design with slight changes, and UK it is slightly different, and USA it is slightly different. So based on that, okay, these are the activities that has been performed. What we're going to do is we're going to utilize this data and build a process mining explorer and analyze the process. So to build that process mining explorer, so let us go ahead and sign up or sign in into a free version of the Celonis. Um, so I've already signed in and I also built this particular model, but I'm going to show you again okay how you can build it. So what you have to do is once you set up a free plan, you will come inside this section of Celonis. So they have two sections, okay, which is the data and the studio. So generally, the data is the side, okay, where they have connections, okay, to their IT system where they import the data. So this is generally done at a Celonis EMS level, okay. But since we are a few users, we don't have access to those. So what they're providing for the free user is to use the studio where generally the analysis has been built. Okay, so but there itself a small area where you can upload the data. So I'm just going to upload the data. So I'm going to select file. I'm just going to get this activity log. So once you upload it, what it shows is this. You just have to see okay, whether the data type is right for each of these data points. Right now, the case ID is a string, which is okay, which is right. And activity also is a string. And date time, you have to make sure the date that has been part of the data is in the right format of what has been given here. And finally, the region, so I'm just taking it as a string, which is right. So once you click next, so now here you have to map which is the case ID, which is the activity and timestamp. It says case ID columns. Click on the column that contains your case ID. So I'm going to click on this because this is the case ID. Now it is asking me to select activity column, which is this one. I'm selecting it. And finally, the timestamp, I'm selecting it. Like, one optional column we can select because these three are the minimum that is required. So I have got data related to which region the user is coming from. So I'm selecting that region also. So I'm going to say next. So it is automatically transforming the data, creating the data pool, and it is creating the data model right now. And it would automatically create analysis also for me. So this free plan does this, but in reality, if you're doing a organization level process mining exercise, so all these different steps have to be done individually, and it is way more complex than what you're seeing here. So as part of the data engineering exercise, where you have to map, uh, like to the source system and integrate with that and get all the different raw data and create that activity data by using some kind of data transformation. And with that, you would create a data model, and finally, okay, you will build the analysis also separately in the studio. So just to, like give a quick guidance. Okay, so data area is used for the data integration, which is the data engineering exercise, where you will do the connections, which is extraction of data from the source system, and secondly, how we're going to transform the data and build the data model. Once that is ready, then okay, you will use the studio to build the actual analysis. But right now, Celonis is building for us uh, automatically. Uh, this is very simple data, so they're doing it okay, as part of this free version they have provided us. So it's very small data, but still, yeah, it is almost done. Yeah, yeah. So now, if you look at it, okay, this is the uh, automatic analysis that Celonis has created. But in case if it is at an organization level, if you're building it, it won't happen like this. Let's say the data integration layer or the data engineering layer is ready. You ideally create a package, you give it a name, and a package like this is created. And within the package, there are several different things you can do: build analysis, view, knowledge model, data explorer, action flow, and many other things are there. Okay, this is just an example. But if you're interested, we go into this in detail for future videos if you're interested. So just to see what has been built, so it has built a overview tab, so which is actually giving the actual summarized view of the process. So it says we have 10 different cases. So a case is nothing but um, like the end to end process that has happened for a particular user. So that is the case. Okay. So let's say user one comes to this website and he clicks on something here, he clicks on something here and look at the product and finally closes the browser. So that is one case. So that is captured as part of this data. So if you see here, as I said, okay, as an example, let's say the first case, which is for user one, case ID, he visits the home page, he clicks sign up, probably he closes the session. He's not interested in doing anymore. So this is one case. Likewise, a user two comes in and he does different activity and finally closes the session. Okay, that is another case. So this is how you can understand what is one case. So likewise, there are 10 cases that has happened. That's what this particular visualization is showing. If I zoom it a bit, it is showing 10 cases to start with. Yeah. So to go a little bit more in detail, okay, this 10 cases, out of the 10 cases, we can clearly see nine of them are visiting landing page. And where is the other one? If you want to see where's the other one, you can increase all the list of activities here. It says nine goes here and one of them go to visit homepage. Probably in some area this activity has been captured as visit homepage. That's why it is going to visit homepage. So likewise, different activity happens and the activity finally the process end. So this is the overall overview, just to give an introduction. But why are we doing all this? To understand that, okay, let us go back, okay, to the case study. So let's look at why we are doing this. So, like, we are doing this before we do any process mining exercise. Okay, we have to have some kind of objective we want to get out from this by doing this kind of process mining solution analysis. So, as part of this case study, we are trying to get answers for the following question. Number one, what is the overall conversion percentage? How many converted and how many didn't convert? So, what we're looking at is, so there are so many users who are coming to this website. We're going to understand out of the different users who come to the website, how many of them have converted, how many they didn't convert. I'm sure you must be thinking, okay, why can't we use a business intelligence to identify this? Definitely, yeah, you can use a BI tool, okay, to get this insight, the conversion percentage, and the number of people who got converted, who didn't get converted. But what you can't get is the second one, the root causes for the conversion and the non-conversion for the three regions in scope. So if we say, like, 10 people come in as part of the sample data we've got, out of the 10, let's say five got converted, five didn't get converted. So what would be interesting for a business is to know why that five got converted, why the five didn't get converted. So once they understand the root cause, they can optimize the process so that they can give a seamless user experience to the users who come in, so that they get converted. That is the ultimate aim they want. So we're going to see, okay, identify what are the root causes for the conversion and non-conversion, so the business can go ahead and, like, optimize the various things within the process to get that conversion. So as I said, to get this answer, we're going to build a process explorer and other visuals using Celonis Snap. So this is Celonis Snap. Okay, so I've actually did some pre-analysis, or, like, pre-build of this solution to get that answer. We'll go through that first, and I'll also show you how to build it. So it is this one here. Okay, we go here. Okay, I've done a two. Okay, my battery is low. Two sample solution. Okay, here. So if you see out of this 10, okay, I'll just take off all this. Yeah, okay. So out of the 10 we have here, 10 users who have come to this process. So we can, okay, just a second. Okay, if I'm going to look at all the activities, going to look a bit complex like this, but let's not get carried away because it looks a bit complex. But let me explain you how we can get some insights from here. So this basically what I built is, like, the number of people who got converter, which means one, not converter, which means zero. So this is clearly saying five got converter, five didn't get converted. The same way, okay, how many got converted in different region. So in China, if you say there are three users who come in and the conversion is 0%, and like UK five come and the conversion is 67, which is I think so. Basically, three of them got converted, and the USA, okay, there are two come, two case count, and the conversion is 100%. So this is the insight we got. Okay, saying, like, across the region there are some conversion, non-conversion. Um, let's now understand why. So as from this example, we can see that USA everybody got converted. Why did they get converted? So let's look into that. Okay, let's say region. I'm going to select USA. If you see in this particular USA, so both the users who have come in this region have visited the landing page. They've clicked sign up. They're able to sign up with a free account. Okay, so and they're able to visit the product, and they kind of visit how it works, and both of them select the product C and they buy now. So this says that for USA, at least with this two sample data, the 100% of the population likes, okay, the product C, and the product C makes them to convert. So this is quite straightforward from this. But if we take the region UK as an example, so here, out of the five, three got converted, and three didn't get. So just to get little more insight on why those three got converted. So let's say I'm going to look at the process only for conversion, which is three here. I click only that and keep only that selection. So this is the process for conversion. This is the process utilized by users in the UK for conversion. So if you look at the process, we can just see, okay, what are they doing. So they visit the landing page, they click sign up, they visit the product, they visit how it works. But if you see in the UK, all the three select product A, and the people who selected product A, they bought the product and they complete the payment. So they got converted. But we want to know why the two didn't get converted. So to get the insights, you click the two that didn't get converted. You go into the detail of the process. So if you see here, okay, so someone click sign up. Okay, so these two people have visited the product and they see how it works. So they selected product B to have a look at it. They selected product C to have a look at it. But probably, okay, both of them closed the session. Probably that is not of an interest or something is not happening right for them in the product page of B and C. Probably as a strategy for if I optimize the UK page only for product A, I think there would be more conversion uh, rather than just uh, some of the people getting converted. So the interesting fact in China, if you, the other country which is China, all the three didn't get converted. So let us see, okay, why they have not converted. So if I see China, okay, so there is no conversion. Three users have come in. So here, what happens if you see here, everybody listen comes to the landing page. They look at different pages. So if you see in China, okay, if I make it a little bit bigger, so when three people all click sign up, so all the three people they close the session. So how do I see this is showing in days? Okay, if I change it slightly, okay, 1 second. If I change this to case frequency, so okay, this gives you the number of people goes through the flow too. So three people who goes into sign up. So all the three people after clicking sign up, they close the session. You can see that, okay, by this thick arrow. So this says that there's something wrong in the sign up area of the website for the Chinese users. There's something wrong. Probably it is broken or a automatic sign in using Gmail or Facebook might not be working. That might be a potential reason, but the root cause is somewhere there. It's better to go there and investigate what changes has to be made to eradicate that issue for these users. So this is a quick glimpse of how we can utilize this particular exercise to arrive at what we require. So as I said, to just to summarize, okay, so if we say in UK half of them converted, half of them didn't convert, probably because the UK users are interested only in uh, product A, with the majority of the user. Probably just showing them only product A as part of the web page would give us more conversion rather than showing too much okay to them. Similarly, okay, for USA, it can be a like it is clear all of them got converted. It's only product C they are interested in. Just show product C. So I believe okay that would help okay for more conversion. So I mean this is a hypothetical thing. We are using only two sets of data, but imagine if you're working with like last 1 month of log data, which is let's say 100,000 uh, transactions. We'll get insights like this and get that insights and implement it so that you achieve the outcome what you require. So this is one kind of outcome you can get okay from process mining exercise. But apart from that, a standard outcome can be like what are the different variation in the process. So variation means okay, so a user comes in, the first user goes through one set of activities and comes to an end. A second user might follow a different pattern, comes to an end. So likewise, different users might do different pattern, or they might follow the same pattern. So that is summarized okay by what is the top variation, which is like a happy path they call it. This is the variation where most of the users are following. In this case, 20% of the user, which is two cases out of 10, is following that. You click only that, okay, it shows you only that variation. If you see they follow this process, but if you want to see the top five variation, you can select the top five variation. It shows you like what is the process followed by that top uh, five variation, which is not like five users. Okay, it is two plus one, five, six, and seven users. In this case, yeah, seven users follow this one of this pattern within this process flow. So ideally, for a process to perform well, see if we have minimal variation, then and the process works out to give the best outcome, then that is the best case for a company. It is more like benchmarking and standardizing the process into one single flow that delivers the maximum outcome for the company. So in that way, this variation analysis can help you to benchmark. Okay, what is the process that should be followed uh, by the end user to get the maximum outcome for the business. So likewise, you can also look at throughput time. So this gives you how much time between activities it gives, it takes. So in this case, you can see this particular activity takes 24 hours. Click sign up to visit product. Okay, so these are you can go into the detail of it by clicking this flow and understand like where this is happening. Okay, this is happening for these users, and you can click this users and probably go into the throughput time detail to look at the detailed process. Okay, what they have done, which where it is taking more time. So so these are some of the things okay that would give you actual business insights. uh, to do to get this level of insight in a BI tool, okay, it is fairly difficult, I would say. That I will prove it by going through the same exercise, trying to answer the questions what we answered now with this tool, um, uh, and see okay how complex it is and what are the limitations. But before that, let me quickly show you how did I build this sample sheet from the data what I have. So let's get some formulas out. Okay, so there's a formula I'm using here for this. Okay, let me have to edit. So if you go to edit mode, you should be able to edit all the visualization. So what I basically did is, so let me create a new sheet. I'll just recreate this. So there are various different analytics you can build. Okay, so but I'm just going to do it from scratch from a new sheet. I'm saying new sheet. So in this new sheet, okay, you can select what component you want to add as part of the new sheet. You click on component. Let's say I just want a process explorer. So this is the automatic process map that has been built, okay, which Celonis built for us. I click that and I get it. Okay. So let's say now I give it a title. Okay, so this page, it's fine. Okay, so I'll just say analysis as an example. Yep. Okay. Process map. Okay. So that is done. Let's say I want to add a drop down button for a region just to see how the process uh, flow is for different region. Just slice this process flow by region. So what I do is add another component. That component is called drop down. You go find that component, yeah, drop down. So you can just say select region. Okay, so here you want to select region for the data that is coming from region uh, field from this data model we have. So I'm going to go to this data model, which is the activity model. I'm going to select region which is stored in sorting. So this is giving you the different regions. So I select this, click OK. Now I have the region drop down built. Okay, yeah. If you want to trial it, okay, you can just quickly preview it. So now what happens? Okay, that's the region. Okay, it has not moved for some reason. Okay, it is moved. Okay, I'll move the edit mode. Okay, so now you can select a region here. Let's say China. I click OK, and this process changes. So China, in China, the user from China has only these activity. But if you select a different region, let's say USA, it slices down by that particular thing, by this activity or process followed in this USA region. So likewise, if I select UK, it's going to give you the process that is followed by the users from the UK. So this is not completely covering all the activities. So this bar which you have here, we can use to get all the activities. So now you can see the different flows, which is the variation in the process. Likewise, if you want to see all the connectors, you can select that. So this is the overall all flows and all activities in the process, which is a bit complex. Okay, you have to look at the happy path first, which always is the most common variant. With that, you can have a look at that, and based on that, okay, you can play around with the tool, okay, to get more insight, okay, from the analysis. So now I've built this one. Okay, now let's go and build the next one. Okay, which is what did I build here? Okay, so which is this one? What I need is a case count and the conversion percentage. So basically, what I've done is I've created uh, the region, okay, in the x-axis, which is here. Region is the sorting field, and I've created no KPIs, two KPIs. One is the number of case count. The new expression is basically the conversion percentage. So let me call it as conversion percentage. Okay, I want to change here conversion percentage. Okay, so what I'm doing here, okay, just to case count is quite straightforward. You're going to do a count of the different cases from this table. The syntax is this. Okay, this is called PQL, which is a process query language, which is similar to SQL, but slightly different. So you're doing a count underscore table and the list of cases from this activity table. So that would give you the case count. So which is giving me here, and the conversion percentage is slightly a bit complex. So this is done using this formula, which is used to build a KPI. So this kind of KPI, whenever a percentage comes in, it's a ratio. So you call that KPI as a ratio, and you match the activity of complete payment is equal to one. So what I'm saying is, you like I mean, just to show you in a different way. So this would be easier. If I show the visual editor, this would actually give you this. Yeah. So we're just finding the ratio of cases in the process flows to complete payment. What it means is it takes the total number of cases that goes through complete payment, that divided by the total number of cases. That is the total number of cases with complete payment as an activity, divide by the total number of cases, which is 5 divided by 10, which is kind of 50% for the overall. But this splits at a region level, okay, wherever we have. That's what it provides. So if you want to change this from this bar chart into a table, you can easily do that. Okay, so instead of common chart, I'm going to just call it as overlap table. It gives you a table. So it says for China, it is three of them, three case count, conversion percentage is zero. For UK, five are there, conversion percentage 67%, which I think so. Three of them is converted and two didn't get converted. And USA, it's 100%. Out of the total two people who came from USA, both of them got converted. That's why it's 100%. This is how we calculate this, some KPI. Okay, now let us look at how this conversion flag has been created from the formula. So if you go to the edit of that particular formula, so what it does is, okay, so I'm using this match process regex. So what that particular function does it, whenever it matches a particular process with an activity complete payment, it gives a value 1. If it doesn't matches that particular activity in that process, when I say process, okay, for a particular case, okay, so if it has uh, that particular activity, then it gives 1. If it doesn't have, it gives 0. So for that, what I'm doing is I'm writing a case statement. So when I'm saying that case, when that particular activity is there in a particular case, then it is 1. If it is 1, I'm just saying it is conversion. I'm just giving it as a short form as CONV. Else, no conversion. I'm ending the case. So this gives you the overall uh, final output for the number of cases that has been converted, not converted. So yeah, so this is that flag. For the KPIs, I'm just simply using the case count, which is the count of the case, count table case. So that say for a flag that has been converted, how many cases are there? For the flag that has been not converted, how many cases are there? So this shows for converted, we have 5, and not converted 5. So percentage is 50-50. So this is how I have done it. So I think this would have given you a good idea about process mining in general. How can we, what kind of data we require to build a process mining solution like a process explorer or KPIs, and finally, how can we analyze okay in Celonis. So now I said that I will show you the level of analysis we performed here is fairly a bit difficult using a BI tool. If you guys are interested, want to know more information or go into the detail why it can't be built in a BI tool. I've taken Excel as a simple example. It can be either SQL too. I can make another video. If you're interested, just drop a note in the comment saying that okay, you're interested and want to know about why it can't be done in Excel or another BI tool like SQL. And I will make that video for you guys. So that's it from me for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a good time watching this video. Thanks. See you next time.